All right, good morning everyone. This is Dan here as usual. Dan Scott Traders Hub. You know I will do this every other day. Please go ahead, like the stream if you want to. If you believe we are having a good time right here every other day. Otherwise, I want to welcome you back from yesterday's crazy market. Congrats to those that made money, and those that made a loss, we will recover before the day ends or even the week. Otherwise, I know that we will, at the end of the week, we will be profitable and we will have forgotten the crazy market we had these previous 2 days so far. Otherwise, let me say thank you for tuning in. Good morning, Patrick. Good morning, Lois, and even the rest of the guys that will find us on the way already. Let's pray and then start this. All right, Father, we thank you for this morning. Thank you that we are back here in this session, and we know that we are in your presence still. Thank you that we are going to make money today, recover from previous losses, recover from any loss that we encountered yesterday and possibly even Monday. We ask of you good signals, good entries and exits, because it's you that provides all. Not only our skill do we depend on, but we depend on you alone. And thank you for that. Thank you. In Jesus' name we've prayed. Amen. So we are now heading back to our usual routine. You guys already know it. Crash 500. Now, this was a crazy kind of asset yesterday. Let's look at it and understand it a bit more. All right. I hope you guys can hear me properly. If there's something that you need me to change, please let me know before I can get deep into the charts. If there's anything you guys want me to change, let me hear from it before I can get consumed with the analysis. All right, I think we are all good. I don't see any comments yet, so let's now head into the analysis. So crash 500. Let's first start from weekly. We are looking for sales. Daily, wait a minute. Daily we are looking for a retest. But yesterday's candle was a sell. It started as a sell, then it tried to make a pullback, and the same thing is happening today. This day has started as a sell. You can clearly see we are already in sells, and if we can get him even more lower to H4, you clearly see the H4, those two first candles are H4 candles. These two first candles are H4 candles, as you can see. Sell candles. Now price has reacted back to this level. Yesterday it kept on consolidating for so long, and I got tired. I told the guys on the signals platform to close everything and move out, and immediately after telling them to close, it broke out of that kind of asymmetrical triangle right here. Broke out and then went like that. I was waiting for the retest to come here, then I can enter, but it even exceeded. It spiked and exceeded that level and went all the way back here. But after that, it gave us a good clean trade that was not interfered with a lot, and clearly it went all the way back where? To that fair value gap. that fair value gap, but I think we can see it a bit clear in M5 H1. Yeah, that's a fair value gap right there, right here, right there. That's where price reacted back to and came again into sales. Sales started again. Remember, according to H1 we are looking for sales, according to H4 we are looking for buys. So it's a weird kind of a thing. I want to make a connection here so that we be on the same page. So daily we are buying. According to daily, it's giving us a signal or showing us that we should be looking for buys. So whatever that is happening right here is that it is going with the momentum, which is the weekly momentum, the sales, you know. So if the sales are still strong, I think we may have to leave this asset alone for some good time. So weekly we are selling, daily we are looking for buys according to CCI. We are looking for buys according to CCI, but the other reason why we are looking for buys is because of this. This was like the change of character right here when price broke out there, went up to give us a high, then came down again, it gave us a change of character. But this change of character has not been confirmed yet. For us to confirm that the sales have started, we need to see a pullback to give us a lower high, you know, to give us a lower high, then probably it starts to come down for a lower low. But now we haven't seen anything yet, so that's why we are still considering this as a what? As our proper change of character, and price reacted back. It has been reacting to this is like a kind of support right below here, you know. So that's why it is still daily still showing us buy momentum, you know. According to CCI, it is still showing us that we need to look for buys. So now, having seen that, I can go to H4 and look at what I have on H4, and clearly H4 is still holding up. This order block right here is still holding up, so meaning we are still anticipating some buys. We are still anticipating some buys, but we can't be sure until let's see, this never even gave us a break of structure. So until we see the level, this level being broken out of right here, we can't conclusively say that we have the buys. We are supposed to, we need to look into buys conclusively. So that's why it is a tricky asset currently where it is, and I wouldn't advise anyone now to just trade it like that. Apparently in H1 we have a support right there. It is holding up. The same is happening on H4. So if we can now bring it a bit closer to M15, that is what is happening on that support currently. Yeah, that is what is happening on that support currently. So let me first delete this so that I can remain with these two, the one that are closer. So if I go to M15, this white one that you see, this is the one for H1, this one is the one for H4. So I think we can stay with the one of H1. So delete that. Let's stay with the one of H1. So now I can easily delete that, delete that, delete that. According to M15, we wanted this, we were looking for this yesterday to take us all the way up there. So we are still looking for the same thing. We are still looking for the same thing. Still need to see the same thing. So now we can, one may say this is a double top, a double bottom, but I wouldn't want you to be caught off guard when you realize it's just actually going to get enough momentum and come down and break out of this support, so I rather just keep quiet as I wait. But from what we see there, it's tending to become a strong support where we are currently. It's tending to become a strong support. Yeah, I think that's it on this asset. I'm not adding anything there. I won't trade this. I won't trade this. Right now where it is, it's very tricky. I won't trade it until probably if it breaks that and gives me another change of character. Yeah, but until then, I'm not trading this asset at all. It's tricky, and I don't love things that try to trick me around. Alright, M5 is actually showing us some change of character. First, yeah, M5 is actually showing us. So those who love scalping, there will be an opportunity to scalp even before we see change of character on M15. We can start from M5 and M1, same thing right there. So M5, breakout, retest, and then entry. As usual, you know the drill. Breakout, retest, entry. Yeah, so that's what I'll be waiting for. But this is only and only for scalpers. Take profit, you can take it right there, but if you hold and wanting to break out and see a change of character on M15, it will be your own decision. First take profits out there and let it run. Alright, this has been Crash 500. Let's now go to Boom 1000. And at last, Boom 1000 actually broke out. So I was in this asset for since Monday. Even yesterday I was in it. I crossed when I was going to sleep my assets. I crossed my positions, when I was going to sleep yesterday night. So let's look at Boom 1000. Let's understand it a bit better now. Boom 1000. Now that it has given us what we wanted for the past 2 days, what are we looking at now? We want price to react back, and then we get entry. So will we see that kind of retest? Sometimes we don't. Sometimes we don't. In fact, we may not see it. Let's see H4. H4 we want buys. Oh, okay. This is not making sense. It's not making sense. That's what happened there. Yeah, that's what happened there. The other one was not making sense. Kept trying to go out, failed, then came back down, then had enough momentum, pushed out, retested, started to go into buys. Yeah, at least now it is a bit clear. Right there, it is clear. So, in fact, it should be like that. Like that, or like this. This is a low that gave us that high, not this. So low, high, low, high. So if it is like that, that means we have, using our previous data, that's what we should be having right there. Okay, so let's go to weekly. We need sales. Weekly. Daily we need sales. H4, we've gone back to that order block, so sales should be coming around. But according to H4, we are going to see only a pullback, then we continue with buys. We are not ready to sell this asset according to H4. So what are we going to see? First delete all that, like that. Delete this, like that. Delete that, like that. Delete that. Alright, so now once we have a clear chart, this is a retracement. According to H1, it's a retracement. We should be looking at price coming back again. So where exactly? Which level? Let's use our Fibonacci. We understand where exactly it is coming back to. So from our end, what we see is we have a fair value gap right about here. It was never taken out. We have an order block down below here, so it's likely this fair value gap is a bit small, so it's likely to come to this order block right about there. It's likely to return back here, and probably it gets enough momentum to break out and then continue in the buy trend according to H4 and H1. So now that we see that, H4 will be like that. H4 is gonna look like that. Yes, and that would be actually perfect. Yeah, wait a minute. According to H4, this is like a breakout structure, or call it change of character, right about there. So there is a possibility of price reacting back right about there only, not coming all the way down below. So we need to also understand that only there is price coming back to that level only, and then head back into buys because of that change of character. So this is also an alternative. That's an alternative right there, so we'll be waiting for when the momentum starts on for the buys right here. Wow, these markets are still not ready to give us momentum that we actually need in the markets, but we will follow whatever it gives us and we'll make this money. So for now, this is gonna be a no-go. Let's go to M15 a bit, we see what is happening. So M15 is already starting to sell, but it's gonna give us something like that right about there, and then come into sales just like we need right here using this. So that's what we can wait for and sell this. But if you're selling it, know that you're going against the general trend, meaning you should be very, very careful, knowing that when it spikes, it can easily take you out. It can easily even wipe your account if you are using a wrong lot size on a small account. You can easily be wiped out of the market. Otherwise, that's what is gonna happen right about there. Then comes with the sell. The sells, we have two options. It will sell to come to this one. So if you're selling, please don't exceed this level right here if you're selling, because you never know, it may not break through that fair value gap, which is according to H4, and continue to come all the way to the H4 order block. So I would only and only advise, if you want to enter a retest trade of this sell, this kind of retest sell back to this fair value gap on H4, that is the fair value gap right there on H4, then you do what? You just don't exceed that level. You don't exceed that level. So that's what I'll just advise. Alright, so that's it. We'll come back to it and see if we can enter actually that sell according to M15. So let's leave it on M15. Next is Boom 500. Now, I don't know if we have any business with Boom 500. Let's look at it. 500. Yeah, it is still consolidating, and it's somehow in a channel. Someone may say it is within a channel, a horizontal channel kind of. So first have these two and leave it. So I'm not gonna do a lot, I'm just gonna have only these two levels and leave it to see if it will continue down below or if it will continue up. But as of now, it's within the channel, and this is M15, M30 I mean, H1 is like that. So this is still a no-go for me. It's still consolidating. Of course, we can trade it when it comes to one of our points of interest, which are these two trend lines. So if it comes to any of the trend lines, you know what to do. Yeah, so for now, leave it on M30. Let's now move to another asset, which is V25S. Do we have, again, it is the same thing. We looked at these assets yesterday, so most of them, they are just a wastage of our time to even analyze because of what was happening. And this is one of those. We wanted price to break out and give us a retest. Yes, we saw a breakout there, but it is not right now even important what we have, because it came down below to give us a new lower low. So now we need a breakout right here when price breaks up there, because this is our current lower high currently. So we can't, it's still a mess. It is still a mess. So we know that if we're going to see that price has to come a bit below back to this level. So let's look at H1 H1 is a bit oversold, overbought I mean. Let's look at M15. Have we started to sell? Not yet. So we may actually sell this asset. So right now we need to wait for when the sales start. How are we going to wait for them? Look at the momentum right here. These candles alone can tell you what is happening in the market, that sellers and buyers are skeptical to engage. These big guys, the institutional investors, they haven't gone into the market yet. They are still waiting for these us retail traders to keep playing with the market until it reaches where they want, and then they will come in and inject in a lot of money. But what they may do, if they see price stagnant, or if they see price holding up on one position, they may inject in money to come a bit, grab liquidity from here, and then push price later on to where they want before they can inject even more money, or before they can their orders, their pending orders or limit orders are activated down below here for the buys that they already want, So for now, I'm not saying this is what is going to happen, but this is what they can do. But as for me, what I see is price is gonna come just about, it even touched. So what are we waiting for? It even touched. So we should be selling. But the momentum of sales is small. That's so weird. That order block has been touched. It's an only valid order block I see. So what I actually told you may actually come through. They may actually now push, because they know that people will be looking at entering on that order block. They may now push price to go a bit above that order block, even above the other high, before they can come in with the sales. So I'm not going to enter this asset for now. Let me just wait for it. It's not worth it. It's not worth the risk. Let's go to, did I even write V25s? So we are going to volatility now, 75. We've just finished to V25. Yes, sorry guys. The market is still an issue. Everyone is. But yesterday, by the way, we made money. I'm going to show you guys where we made money. So those who were with me on VIP, we even recovered as long as they entered the asset I will be sharing. So V75 is where we are currently. So V25s, until really we see something substantial, we are not making any entries. So this is a no-go for me. In fact, I would suggest just wait for it to break here. Yeah. Just wait for it to break there. But otherwise, this is not a good asset to find yourself trying to maneuver and force a trade in it. Volatility 75. So we knew that it was in a sell, in a buy already, because the high momentum. Look at what I've done. I've deleted my order block. Anyway, I'll just have this one right here only. Fuck it. Alright, let me have that fair value gap right there. So that fair value gap, according to daily, is currently holding up, and H4, we are seeing that now pull back, and then the move will come in. We know how we know how this works. So now that we see that, Why are we seeing that? Because CCI is already giving us a signal to sell this asset. It is overbought, so I can now know that I'm going to wait for the change of character. But those who are like me, who don't normally want to wait for the change of character and already are seeing momentum to sell or to buy, you can now come in here, wait for the move, and try to grab a sniper entry. So probably price when it gets around such a level. But I want to remind you the risk of looking for sniper entries like this is most of the times these big guys, the smart money guys, they will push price to come because they know that you're looking at sniper entry to, when it does that and you enter, so they will push price a bit above the previous high to just grab your stop losses, because they know you will have put your stop losses just about there or there. So they push it a bit high, then immediately close their trades and then push for the sells just like they need. And then after taking you out, we call that liquidity grab. All that is where the liquidity is. Why? Because people will be putting their stop losses around such levels, so they will push price. Most of the times they push price to even exceed that level in order to grab liquidity and have enough momentum in the market. Yeah, but either way, I will make my entries right there. I'm just gonna have, this is V75, so let me just have 0.02 as my entry lot size, just there and there. That's where I'm gonna put my entries. When it comes around there, I'm gonna enter my trades. If it doesn't, then I will wait for the pullback. After the change of character, I will wait for the pullback. Then I can make the clear entry to bring me into sales. So that is another way we do this. So I want you to understand that also. So that is how I'll be looking at trading this asset. We know it's gonna sell. So already H1 hasn't actually touched overbought, so it may actually look for that. That is weird. H4 is showing us sales, but H1 is not yet. It's weird. Anyway, let's go to M15. M15 is giving us signals to buy this asset, and right about here we have a support. Okay, so that gives me something different to ponder about, and that will allow me to delete my limit orders for now. Let me delete my limit orders. Let me go to H1. So H1 is likely actually to get that move that we're talking about. It's very weird. So this asset, I'm not trading it right now. Just what I've just seen on M15, I can't trade it. Yes, I have a change of character here, but it's not really tested at all. This was a change of character according to M15, but it was never tested. We never saw any retest to get back there. So price has to first get up there before it can get into sales. So yeah, no, this is not a trade I can engage in. So V75, no go. I can't trade that. Let's get into jump 50. So we've been waiting for jump 50 to give us a sell. We need this kind of move, but it keeps on changing. But clearly it gave us that, which was a clear sell. right here according to H1. That was a clear sell that was coming in. And currently it is giving us lower lows and lower highs. So first go to daily. When we go to daily, we are looking for sells. H4 we're looking for sells. Then we go to daily, we are also looking for sells. That's why we need sells like nothing. If we go to H4, weekly, we are also looking at sells. Why? Because we are overbought according to weekly there, and according to what we see on the main chart. We touched the trend line there, and again we touched that fair value gap, which confirmed the reason why we are seeing overbought right here. So remember, this is like a pennant, or call it a symmetrical triangle, whichever you want to call it. But we know that from what we see, we need to get into sells. It will be a continuation of the previous trend. So for now, we need sells according to daily. Let's get to H4. H4 we need sells, and we have started to see those come in place. So now we can delete this, that, and that. Delete. And now price has returned back to this order block. Is it a valid order block? No, but it may hold up, so let's first delete it. For now, the valid order block is right here, right about there. That's where the valid order block is. So clearly we are going to see price react from that a bit to come there, and then we get into sells. So we are going to enter this asset actually today. This is gonna come around there. So this move right here, we are going to trade it, wait for the move there, and then sell this asset right about there. M15, it's already showing us what it needs, and clearly this is a valid order block according to M15, and it's gonna give us that buy entry. It's gonna give us the buy entry that we need according to M15. Right, I think this is now a bit more clear. So this is the very first asset that I see that we can actually focus on today, but when I say focus on, it doesn't mean that it's going to give us a trade. Sometimes the ones I say that we are going to focus on end up not giving us what we want, and the ones I was not focusing on, they actually give us what we want, and we end up making money on them. So that's how market is weird. That's how weird market is always. So 25, jump 50, that's what we'll be looking for. Wait a minute, why am I forgetting to write the names? So let's now go to jump 25. I'm forgetting to write the names. Alright, so jump 25, it's where we made money yesterday, and clearly it was a sniper entry right here. I think, let me see, where did I make that entry? I think I entered earlier. Yeah, I entered right there. Then it tried to give us a what, but remember my stop loss was up there. Just like I explained earlier that the guys look for the liquidity pool, so they went up to grab the liquidity up there of the guys who had put the stop loss just nearer around these levels. So they grabbed it, and immediately sales started, and we eventually saw the breakout. But that was a trade right there. So those who were on the VIP, platform, I shared that signal. I think it was our last signal yesterday, and those who entered it, you made money. So now we can delete all that, all this, and now look at it in another way. So the pullback that I was anticipating was that, but price actually broke out and continued into the buys. So I can delete it. Hey, I had even put a sell limit. Wait a minute, it is activated. I left it before I slept. I didn't even put a stop loss. Wow. Okay, let me try to cut my losses a bit here. Let me just put my loss right about there. I see something interesting. That is a change of character right there. Pullback now, trying to sell. Is the sell valid? According to M15 is not yet valid, but according to H1 we are actually selling, which is a good thing. Alright, so now that I know that, let's first go to H4. We are looking for sales. Now the pullback there. Now the sell should be starting. Daily we are selling. We're still selling. Weekly we are actually selling heavily, so I'm good to go. The general trend is a downtrend. So according to M15, it may give me another pullback. No. According to M15, it's within the channel. According to M15, it's trading within the channel. According to M15, it's trading within a channel. Yeah, and that's deadly. It may end up breaking out and continuing with a buy. Alright. Wow, that's a lot of money it is trying to take away from me. Let's wait. If it comes a bit closer, I will close it. So I see the entry where I had. This is not that of a big deal of an order block, but we can have it there. Look at it. For now, this is jump 25. H1 and H4 we are looking for sales, but M15 may first give us this kind of move. Probably when it gets back here. And that kind of move will be taking us back to that order block. Yeah, right there. Wow. Okay, so let's wait. This is a no-go. Don't make any mistake here to enter. Just leave it for now. Let's wait for whatever comes around. M15 is not set for us ready to sell, so we can wait for it to come around. Lastly, let's look at our last asset, which is jump 10. We've only seen the one that is likely to give us entries is jump 50. So jump 10, what is happening? All right, now this asset is one of the assets that has been clearly preying on our minds for the past the other week it played on us for like one day. Then the second day we made profits that we covered, and actually we even made a lot. Then this week it is still doing the same thing. Monday played games, took our money. Yesterday it still played games, took our money, but I later saw what it was trying to do. It was grabbing liquidity right here, and we went all the way to this level right here, which is an order block. It was not even a valid order block, but because it was looking at liquidity pool right there, so it grabbed that and it gave us a what? It gave us a heads and shoulder right there. It gave us a heads and shoulder, and immediately price broke out and went into the buy. We wanted that. This is where we had our entry right here. It came and took us out, then immediately came, grabbed the liquidity, and then went ahead into the buys. Hit the TP that we wanted at first. That was a TP. We wanted a short TP right there on that fair value gap, so that we can now look for another entry to sell this asset. So hit the TP, consolidated a bit about that level where we had our TP, then broke out of it. I think what time was it when it broke out? Let's understand it. Broke out there. That was around 24 1 2 around 2 a.m. in the night. So it broke out around 2 a.m. in the night and reacted there. So we need to know which level is this. I see a fair value gap according to M15 right there. I see that fair value gap immediately came all the way down below, but we can easily tell that using our fib 1. So first delete that. Yes, I had two levels. I had said we can actually see it continue all the way up there or just react from here. So that was an order block there according to M15, and this was a fair value gap. So it chose to go all the way up for the other fair value gap. So first delete these now. Delete that. Now according to where we are, if I do this, you clearly see where price reacted to start the sales just in the discount above our 38.2. That's where price reacted back to, and then came strongly. Look at the momentum after grabbing the liquidity on that fair value gap. The liquidity, I mean the momentum that it came with was something else. It came strongly and sales started from there. And now look at this. Look at the imbalance that it has left. It has come back to this order block according to H1, and now it is heading back. So where is it heading back to? Let's look at that. So this is H1. I can go to M15 and see the other. Actually, we are going to see a change of character right about there. Look at that. The change of character has started. And since this is M15, the momentum here is still showing us sales, yet we are seeing a change of character. We now can forego what we are seeing on a CCI, and now come in what we are looking at on the main chart, and that is buys. The buys are coming in strong, and we have a change of character right there. So all we need is a pullback that we can now capitalize on. I'm not going to use this, what I'm seeing here. I'm just going to use what I'm seeing according to price action and smart money. That is what I'll be using. So of course I wanted price to come back to this other level, which is an H4 order block, before I can get into buys again. So that's why H1 is still showing some sales. So we may actually do the pullback there and then later on come again to reach this other order block where we want to enter our buys. So once that happens, it means we are trying to look at something like that, then that. Yeah, that is something that we are literally looking at. That, and then we come in with the buys just like we did on H4. H4 still needs to give us some buy entries to take us all the way up there. Why? Because on the daily time frame, we had a breakout. Wait, that breakout should actually be forcing us into sales. So why? It should be bringing us right here. Why do I have this? Oh yes, no. This is on a support. This is an ascending triangle. Yes, we should be seeing reversal. Yeah, we should be seeing reversal. So it should be pulling us all the way back into buys. Yeah, not this other move that I was looking at. Not really. Not that. So yeah, weekly we are kind of looking for sales, but we need to see a pullback first because we reached that retracement level. So according to H4, this is what I will be anticipating. So I can delete that, and now wait for these to come around. Until then, this can be deleted. What else? I think that's it. Pull back there. There's a big imbalance there, or fair value gap that needs to be worked on. If I actually zoom in a bit, so one may actually look at something like that to be the very level that we can anticipate our pullback. Right there. Why? Because if I go to H1 and I put my fib, that's the one we see around 61, or you can say around 38. We are using that. It's around 38.2. Yeah, right there. But remember, there is also this. According to H1, there is also that. So it can choose to go there or there, depending on the momentum it has. So we have to be very, very careful with how we make entries. So that is it. I will leave this at M15. Once it gives me a pullback, I will enter for the buy. This will be just against the trend, but I will be looking for that buy. If I don't get anything substantial, I will leave it, because this has taught us that it is unpredictable. It is a bit unpredictable. These guys can manipulate it. They manipulate it a lot. These guys so we have to be patient with it before we can make a decision. I think that's it for today. Let's make a sorry about that. Let's make a recap and we call it a day. Please, you'll be reminded that the signals, we are now subscribing for the signals for the month of April. So those who want to join, please make those subscriptions through the number you're seeing there, and be part of the group, and we trade together. All right, so from Crash 500 we were looking for something like that. We haven't gotten it. In fact, something has even changed. We are now looking for that level. So it's still a bit crazy. We wanted a pullback. M5. yeah, we will still wait for the pullback. Right now it's a no-go. Yeah, boom 1,000. You clearly see what happened. Price has gone to grab liquidity right there, just like I was telling you. It's trying to go and grab liquidity. But yet we all know that it's going to sell, but it has decided to first go grab the stop losses of the early sellers. So for now, it's a no-go. A boom 1,000, boom 500. This is just wastage of time. We are not trading this. Can we trade it? Okay. Interesting. That's interesting. So we know that it's gonna come later on and give us this. Of course, first it will give us this, but then I'm trying to look for something like that. So I'll be looking for that at a later stage. So for now, it's a no-go. For now, it's a no-go. Let's first let it first come a bit up and then we can sell it. I don't know which liquidity it's looking at, so let's look for it. Let's see. Right there, I think it has already grabbed it right here. So we should be actually in sales to push for that other low, that other level down below there. So I think that's it for me on this asset. If I see a pullback, then I can enter, but if I don't see it, then I will leave this asset. It's not worth the risk. This one also, it's a no. I need to see that. Until I see it, it's not worth the risk. Boom 50, boom 75, same thing. Man, same things are happening all over. You get, yeah. So it's a bit crazy. It's now oversold, and we're looking for buys. Yet, yes, even H1 we are looking for buys, but H4 we are looking for sales. So we need to first see overbought according to H1 before we can think of sales. So what do we see now? According to M15, the buys should be starting. It has reacted back to this. The buys should be getting there, but it is a bit. I just want to leave this asset. Let me leave it, please. Don't waste your time there. You will be on the edge of the seat for nothing when you start to see some reds. When we start to see some reds, so it's you rather do what? We rather leave it alone, and it will play out later on. It's not that every day we get trades that we should. It's not a must to actually trade every day. Yeah. Pullback there and then we sell. So the pullback is happening, but is it enough? We'll see about that. According to H1, H4, we are selling. And remember, we want it to actually wait. This is a pennant, and this is jump 50. A pennant can either give us continuation. Actually, a pennant can give us a continuation, but this can also be seen as unsymmetrical. So clearly we are coming right here. Okay, we need to come here. So I wonder why we are seeing some. No, we need to come here. So we are coming here. So the sales are on. So we need to see this pullback, or yeah, this pullback probably, and then you can come in stronger with some good momentum to break out of this order block and push for more sales to take us all the way to this other H1 order block or the trend line. So this we will sell it, but we have to be patient. Jump 25, just like I told you, it is happening. It is happening. It is within that kind of channel, so we need to just continue with it. I want to minimize my risk as I keep on bringing it lower. So remember, we are in a sell. It went up there to grab liquidity, and clearly according to H1 we should be in sales, but we saw this break of structure, so we are not really yet to see. But according to M15 we have this change of character which may change everything. So low high coming here to give us a low, then a high, like that. You know the drill. So according to H4 we also want to see sales, but we had a break of structure still right there, so it's a bit tricky. But according to M15 we've started the sales, so let's wait and see. Jump 10, we need to see the breakout there, and then we can enter our sales right there, because the general trend is a sell. H1 and M15 are sales. I see H4 and daily are buys, so we will first sell there, buy here, then sell, then at a later stage we come down to this H4 order block and then enter our buys, just like we did on H4 and daily time frame. So that is a wrap for us today. I don't know how we're going to make it, but let me first see. This is some likely move today, so jump 10 is on. Jump 25, a bit skeptical about it, but it may come around. This sell is one likely, so we have jump 50 and jump 10. Jump 50 and jump 10, then all these are not yet ready for us. V25 and V75 are not yet ready for us. This, we may sell this short trade right here. We may get this short position right here. So let's go to actually M5 and look at it. So we are going to look at it and how we're going to enter it. So I just want it to reach at least these areas right about there, then I can enter my sell. So now I'll put my sell limit right there, another one right about there. That's how I'm going to sell this asset of boom 500. So I have boom 500 and I have jump 50 and then jump 10 so far. This one, it has gone all the way to grab liquidity, and clearly it has reached. Remember, according to H1 it was still in a buy trend, and now we cannot even look for sells. We wanted buys, but we wanted it to first give us a pullback. It did not, so we can now try to first delete all that. And now clearly you have a break of structure right about there, so it has gone all the way up. According to M15, it is now oversold, but it has broken. So according to H1, we need to see it when it is also oversold, overbought. So there's some order block right there. It may come there, but it can also come all the way up there. So we just have to wait. We wait. Once it gets overbought, it means we will see sells. Yeah, now this makes sense. So H4 will be ready to now retest, having reached the retest level of CCI, and then we will start to see a retest according to H4, and the retest will be coming all the way to this level. So now I can easily anticipate and do this. I can easily anticipate and do this from that level right there. Let me use that, and now use right there. This is the one which is on 61.8. so that is exactly where we need this. So I can easily put my buy limit orders right there. I will be selling right there. Yeah, someone will be asking me, why are you doing that? I'm using what I'm seeing to anticipate, and clearly that is what I'm seeing. Look at that candle, man, that's so weird. Just have another one just about there, so that if it tries to exceed, then I can have 2 entries right about there. But in here I will not. It will have to come around here and then give me what I need to take me all the way up again according to H4. Right, so that is boom 1000. So boom 1000 is also one likely to give us what we need. And look at what Crash has decided to do. So we take off Crash. We take off Crash for now, and we maintain. We are going to keep with boom 1000, boom 1000, boom 500, boom 1000, boom 500. So I think boom 500 comes here. Then we have jump 10, we have jump 50 there, then we have jump 25 and jump 10. So these are the ones we are likely to see, but as of now I want to focus on this boom 500 and boom 1000. Yeah, right now they are the ones I see which are very near to give us what we need, and we make those entries. So boom 500 and boom 1000. Let's wait. Let me wish you guys a good day. Oh wait, there's one that I had my entry already. This is it. I want to close. I want to keep reducing my loss. Let me just have it there. It may not come all the way back there, so let me just have it there. Alright, so that is that. So boom, back, boom 1000, and let's wait. So this and that, they are the ones that we currently have that are likely to give us an entry. Just wait to enter any jump 25 for now. I think that's it. It's been I don't know, it's a crazy week, but stick with me. We will make this money. Stick with me. Today we are likely to make some good money and recover. If you did recover yesterday with jump 25, so we will recover today with either boom 1000 or boom 500. Boom 500, it's gonna be a short trade to bring us all the way down below here according to M15 or H1, right about there, before we can look at entering some buys proper. Remember, we are within that channel and we need buys in the longer run according to H4, H1 and daily time frame. Yeah, so that's it. We wish you guys a good day. Mentorship classes registration started also, so just a reminder that you can register for the mentorship class and be part of the YEPO class that will be starting on is it Tuesday? Next week Tuesday, I believe. Yeah, next week Tuesday we'll be starting the April classes. So register with just $110 or 400k UGX and be part of the class for the whole month. 4 sessions per day. That is 2 hours per session or per class. Let me wish you guys a good day. See you tomorrow, same time, 10:30 to 11:30. Happy trading.